Hello and welcome to History 4990. This is the Public History Internship for the Fall 2023 semester. I'm the professor for the class. My name is Dr. James McDonald. Very excited to have you in the class for our majors and other folks who are joining. You are the second cohort or group of students to go through our new Public History Internship. So this is a really unique opportunity. It's a good alternative kind of capstone last semester class if you want to do something a little different from a traditional research project or paper or anything else that you might have in different disciplines. This is a hands-on experience, but it is also one that, again, will provide you a lot of practical knowledge and the kind of experience that I think is really necessary when you go out there into a number of different fields. So this is just a brief, I promise, introduction to the Moodle shell for the class. There's not a lot to say about Moodle because we've linked some forms that you need to turn in the course of the semester, but we're also going to cover the course syllabus. So again, it's very basic. Everyone, I think, has turned in the assignment for the first week, which is the confirmation of the internship, which you have signed yourself and your supervisor will have signed. Now, in the course of the semester, you can go ahead and directly email your assignments back to me. There's no formal Dropbox. You can have that form. It's either going to be in a PDF or a Word file, and you can just email it back to me. I'll give you my email address in a second when we go to look at the course syllabus. So for the most part, you all should be with the understanding that this is a self-guided internship, just like a research project with our other track where we have you do an original research paper, a large 12 to 15 length. You will have to do this on your own. There will be no one looking over your shoulder unless, of course, you disappear during the course of the semester. Then your supervisor and I, or both of us, will be looking for you. And I just say that because it was an issue in a previous semester. You don't want to kind of fall off the map there and not fulfill your responsibilities. And your responsibilities are basically to treat this like a job. You are taking this for 3 credits. We've determined with other universities and with other programs, of course, across NSU, that about 100 hours is standard for a 16-week, 3-credit course. And you'll divide those hours over 16 weeks, more specifically about 12 of them where you have to do the weekly reports. And that averages out, I checked with the math department, to about 8 hours a week over 12 weeks. I don't want you to do 32 hours over a week just because you want to play catch up. You need to, again, balance this with your schoolwork and your other responsibilities. But at the same time, I don't want you to neglect this because you're not attending a regular class Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Tuesday, Thursday. So keep that in mind. And some other things to keep in mind, which I'll discuss in some detail as we go further along. So let's take a look at the syllabus, which is about the lengthiest thing you'll need to be familiar with in the course of the semester. Okay. Again, I'm Dr. McDonald. My email is MAC. Just make sure you spell it correctly. It's MacDonald. I'm in Kaiser Hall. I am there from 7 to 11. That's AM, by the way, on the days that I teach on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. So I know it's pretty early, maybe not the best student hours as far as your own hours. Most of you will, of course, choose to contact me through email, but if you call the office during that time, I should be there. When you email me, I'm going to ask a favor of all of you, and that is to write in the very little used subject line, just either 4990 or the internship. I will get to know your names rather quickly, but I'm also balancing this with several is an understatement, classes this semester. So please do that. Just put somewhere there or even in the email itself. I'm in the internship class, I'm in History 4990, and I will answer your email in a very timely manner. So let's talk a little bit about the course description and the objectives, which you can read there on your own. We definitely have a course of action by which we want you to get a lot out of this. There will not be a formal textbook for this course, but sometimes I may link some kind of readings or material if I think it is necessary for all of you, and you will see that in the Moodle shell. The grading policy for the class is fairly straightforward. Your first assignment in week 2, now that you are in the class, is to complete a site description that is worth 50 points or 10% of your grade. All of these forms, by the way, are in Moodle. So if we go very quickly back to that, you've done the internship agreement form. This week, what you want to do is begin to talk to your supervisor and construct kind of a plan about when you're going to be working, about the number of hours. Now, they should be clear on that as well, because that was discussed there in writing with the confirmation of the internship form. So, as I said before, the first assignment is your site description. Assignments are due on Friday. They will be penalized 10% of the grade for every day they are due late. And that includes the weekends, since this is an internet course and you're going to be emailing me your assignments. So, week 2, site description. Click on it, fill it out, email it back to me. Week 3, you begin a series of weekly reports. The weekly reports are 20% of your grade. There are 12 of them. And one of them is a mid-semester report that you'll see there in Moodle, and it'll look a little bit different at the midway point than the other weekly reports. The plurality, meaning more points than anything else, comes from your completion of hours. That's 40% of your grade. You can see that if I don't get weekly reports, I have no idea if you're completing your hours. So you need to turn those in. That is a proof that is signed off by your site supervisor that you are fulfilling the obligations of the internship. At the end of the semester, your supervisor will write an evaluation. That is anonymous. That will not get back to you. That is only for my use. But it is part of your grade, 10%. There is also a reflection assignment, which you need to take seriously. That happens at the end of the semester as well. So you're not writing weekly reports every week, but for most of the semester, you will be. As we say here, treat this experience as a job. Okay, going to the internship site and then completing the assignments are mandatory. If you are ill, let your site supervisor and myself know as soon as possible. Let's step back for a minute and remember something. That you, as an intern, are representing yourself, you are representing the department, and you are representing NSU. So take this seriously. Remember, the folks who signed the site agreement have given up their own time to take on the responsibilities of managing an intern. Don't feel like you are doing them a tremendous favor. You are going to be helpful. You are going to report to your internship site on the times that you are agreed upon with your site manager, supervisor. And you're going to fulfill those obligations. If you disappear, you will be chased down by me and the site supervisor. Well, not literally, but you get the idea. If you are absent for a lengthy time and do not submit the weekly reports, we will go to the dean and you will be removed from the class. Remember, you are ambassadors for the university. So to do good work means those who follow you, sometimes at your own site and others, will have a good amount of history to follow and say that you, all who are in this class, did good work, and they will take on more NSU students. If you don't, they'll be less willing to do so. And we don't want that situation to take place. So please take this seriously. This is real world experience. It is different from the experience of sitting in an archives, looking at library databases, and drafting a long paper. This is what we wanted to provide when we crafted this class, and we worked hard to put it together. Then we went out into the different areas of the community. Now, you can do this, obviously, in Natchitoches or not, as far as who you are connecting with. And all of you had to do that before you were permitted into this class. So I expect you to do good work and to hear good things at the end of all of this. And you will get a lot out of it. A different kind of experience than doing just a research paper. Again, we are giving students an option now to do one or the other. And I think it can very much affect where you might lean towards in what you want to do after you complete your degree here at NSU. Okay, so that is the end of my official rant about making sure that you do good work and you are consistent and that you are in attendance, not only for your hours that you have committed to, but also to turning in those weekly assignments. The university policies are listed on the syllabus. They include any kind of information, offices, phone numbers, and links that you might need. And also there is the new statement on mental health and wellness, so that all of you know there are resources around the university, and that is important to all of us, that you do well in your life and here at NSU, and that you are happy. The assignments are very straightforward. Site description, internship hours, that repeats the idea that I mentioned before, 100 contact hours for this 3-credit class. Weekly reports. And by the way, in Moodle, clicking on it will tell you what you need to do each week. The syllabus is just kind of a schedule as well. So there's redundance there. The reflection assignment, and of course the supervisor evaluation. This is all coming right out of the makeup of the grade that you will get. These just go into a little bit more detail. So you can see here that we have the reports that are due. And you can see that having a course of the semester, numerous different assignments. It looks like I have to correct. We have 2 mid-semester weekly reports there in the syllabus. Looks like I got to fix that. But let's go to Moodle, where, as you can see, you've got week 3 is your first weekly report. There's number 2 as far as the weekly reports. And when you get to week 9, you have your mid-semester report, which I will put up there in Moodle. So, for the most part, you will have 8, and there you go. There's number 9, there's 10, kind of scrolling through them. By the week before Thanksgiving, you're essentially done with your weekly reports. You've got 12, because you're working essentially those, if you're dividing it up that way, 12 weeks, 8 hours a week, and you turn in all of those reports by Friday. When you get to your last week, you need to turn in a reflection assignment, and instead of a final exam, you will have to turn in the evaluation form by the supervisor. Of course, they can turn that in to me. So we'll be making everyone aware of that, and the internship evaluation form will be sent directly to me, and it's part of your grade. So your responsibility there is to just make sure that they have turned it in, and I will provide my direct email to all your site supervisors. So not to make that confusing, like they have to fill it out in front of you and then send it to me. They have to send it to me directly with you kind of not involved in that. But hopefully everyone did great, so it doesn't really matter. Okay, as we try to go back, whoa, to the top. There it is. Have a great semester. Again, any problems, concerns, don't hesitate to contact me. Stay in touch, because I will be watching and keeping up with the work you do in the course of the semester.